Well, hello, Doomers, and welcome to Map 34 Hardfest 3, and this is a tool-assisted run. Yeah, we're pretty far in the series now, and this is the second last map. Now, I really try to get this map on without tool assisting, but the final fight is just so hard. I can't even single segment it. I thought it was easy at first, but then I realized that, or not easy, but I thought it was doable. But the more I played it, the more I realized this isn't doable. At least like without a significant amount of time, effort into it, or like a new strategy found. So yeah, fortunately, this is going to be a tool system map. A little sad about that because this map's actually really well put together. Anyways, let's enjoy this run together. So this map is made by, I think his name is Cinder Thief, and he made if you've seen my video on Junk Food 4, like where I ranked all the maps, he made the #1 map for that. And this, I believe, like the map name is like, oh, the Him Without Restrictions or something, like that one dubs map in Boogers. So yeah, but the thing is, the map has some pretty cool parts in it. And it would be interesting to really try to max this one if a strategy or there's a easier way or something to make the final fight a bit simpler. So we're on to this. This is kind of like a filler fight. Like not really, nothing crazy here, but like a time waster, I guess. Yeah, as you can see, the texturing is pretty good on this map. You press use on the switches, they give you the rockets. And yeah, you can tell this map's really well thought out, which I always like to see. This part I don't like. That the Cyber Baron spawned in. If you don't know by now, this is one of my least favorite enemies ever. They're unfun to kill. I'm the biggest cyber bruiser hater in Doom. So yeah, once you press those switches, you can go. Again, this is tool assisted post commentary, so that's why it's kind of looking very robotic-y in some parts. So I thought pressing all those would keep them open, but that's not true. This is a very interesting fight, by the way. This is probably the easiest side, but basically if one of these Hell Knights like reaches the end here, it's gonna release like 50 Archviles and you're just gonna like insta die. So your goal is to not let them get close. And also those Revenants, if you kill them, an Archvile is just going to resurrect them. So there's no point in doing that. as you can see there, the Rev just got revived. Quite an interesting fight. If I was doing a real like single segment, I would probably do this key area last, since it's probably the easiest to get very good at and not make a mistake. Well, even if you do make mistakes here, you have like a good amount of health to draw back on. So on the right side, you got the Megasphere button, and those Megaspheres are very mega. And you get like 4 of them. Alright, now the Squidbillies are coming in. This is pretty much like the final part of it. Squidbillies can be a bit annoying to dodge here, especially if a lot of them are shooting at once. It might be smart to aim at the walls when you get to this point to get that splash damage. Yeah, this fight goes on for kind of a long time, which is a really big theme in this map, actually. Not gonna lie, I don't really like too long, drawn-out fights like this. Like, yeah, they're okay every once in a while, but when it's like most of the fights feel like this, it is a bit like. I don't even know the word. It's very something to play. Feels like or like draining, I guess would be the word. Oh, then we got a mastermind. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, but this side still is very dangerous. As you can see, even with tools, I wasn't try-harding not to get hit the whole time. But you see, I'm down to my last mega. So yeah, those revenants, you don't gotta worry about them. They'll die eventually. And then I'm gonna do blue key next. So here the gimmick is you'll see the green parts and Then you press use to hide the arch valves. This is like very similar to the finale of Junk Food 4 map. I forget the map. What map was it? Was it 87? 83? I forget what map Cinder Thief made. But yeah, it's very similar like that, but much more forgiving with the buttons. So yeah, you just gotta dodge these rev missiles. Can get pretty overwhelming here. It's good to stick to near one side, so when you rush forward, they break on the wall. And yet, now what really makes this room difficult is the next part. We got the cyber bruisers, and we gotta rocket them. Actually, like the most unfun combo ever. Rocketing cyber bruisers. Wait, was it? What are they called? Cyber barons. Oh wait, so there's one more wave of evidence. Oh wow, another wave. Okay. Yeah. Drawn out fights in this map. Which, you know, isn't the worst thing in the world, but definitely not everyone's taste. Alright, now this part just feels wrong. Rocketing cyber barons is just it doesn't feel right. It's like rubbing your nails on a chalkboard. But that's what we're supposed to do here. Yeah, this gets really tough because you gotta stick near this part, because if the arch valves spawn, then you're screwed. And now we got 3 more. However, once you get here, you're pretty much good. Alright, and on to the red key. which is probably the hardest. I don't know. Never really bothered trying to sickle segment these parts. Since the finale of the map is so rough. So yeah, here we got a bunch of enemies spawning in. You gotta stay on the green platforms. There's also gonna be arch files in the middle, periodically opened. You gotta press those blue buttons on the right before. But this area, oh, right there, press the switch and go back to shooting. In this area though, like the green platforms, they seem to like stop and slow down. Never really understood the pattern with them. So it feels like really, like sometimes you go really slow, other times you go quick, which really can throw you off. Also, you can kind of press the buttons behind the imps, just barely. It's like not worth it. Probably gonna get stuck. And then you can leave, but that is actually more dangerous than just playing the fight. So yeah, this part right now is the easier part. Eventually, probably soon, we're gonna get the Hell Knight spawning in. Yeah, like that. It's totally not worth it though, to try and do all that. Alright, here we got the Hell Knights. So at that point, or at this point, the imp stops spawning in and you can press the switches pretty easily. Once you press all 6 of them, I think the arch files die, or all 8 of them. Yep, there they are. So here I was doing a bit of RNG manipulation to make sure that all the imps spawned in quickly, because they have a chance to just like take forever. And so, before we get to the final area, you should have 2,105 kills. And now, this is where the party starts. So, the finale. This finale is deceptively hard. If you do it with rewinds, it really doesn't feel too bad. Or I guess that depends. It might still feel really bad. So, anyways, the way this works is that the floors, they change every approximately 27.8 of a second. They will switch sides, which really doesn't sound too bad on paper, but this fight lasts for like 10 minutes. It's actually 10 minutes. It's long, drawn out, and by the time you're in the end, you'll probably be close to out of Megaspheres. It does make it easier if you have a timer next to you, knowing before each switch, which lets you plan out your movements much better. However, even with that, I still wasn't really able to get a single segment of this in like a few hours, maybe. I probably put like maybe 2 or 3 hours into trying to max just this part, and I couldn't do it. Maybe skill issue, because it does sort of feel like when you die here, it does kind of feel like your fault. Usually doesn't feel like the map's fault or like RNG or nothing. So it does make it kind of fun to play. Now I would say a map like this, just this fight alone, if it was just this fight, would be actually like really fun to try to max. But doing this 20 minutes into a run after really like tediously long sections just doesn't sound like a good time, you know? Unless you got this final area down, you find some like crazy strat for this. Also, let me talk about the sides. So the sides, the Revenants, they will come down occasionally for a few seconds. That will lead them down. And then there's some cybers on the side here, around 8 in total. And eventually, around like 8 minutes in or so, the sides will deplete, and then you can go there and then press the button, kill the cybers. That's way easier said than done. Now, the real kicker here are the Revenants. There's just an overwhelming amount of Revenants, and their missiles, as you know, do a lot of damage. And then you have Cactus spawning in. The Megibus side is almost always like much easier, just because those Hell Knights pile up quick and they're hard to kill. Yeah. Also, when that red floor goes down, it's insta-kill. I don't know if I said that already. Yeah, the Hell Knight side is really bad. Trying to push through here is extremely dangerous. I think I think I rewind scum there a lot to get through there. And as you can see, we're still far on this map. We still got 2,000 kills to go. And look, a lot of times you get put in these scenarios, if you're not careful, where you really have like nowhere to go. Like there, I had the Revenants going down and I was getting pushed in. Yeah, look how chaotic this is. Revenant missiles everywhere, Hell Knights everywhere. As you can see though, the sides are clearing up pretty good. And yeah, something like that I just did there, that would not be ideal at all. Staying on these sides is extremely dangerous. If there's blood. Yeah, isn't this crazy this fight's still going on? I feel like I've been here forever. And at this point in the map, you're probably really low on Megaspheres. Unless you play more carefully. So at this point, once you get in a side, you're pretty much good. I mean, depending on your health and stuff. You press that switch and then all the cybers will die. I think at this point, I don't think I had any more Megaspheres. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, never mind. Yeah, there's some switches on the outside too. They go away once you press it once. You usually want to keep those, as they can come way more clutch in scenarios where you can't go to the middle without dying. Alright, and then just the final enemies. And there we are. Let me pause here because I don't know how long I left it. So in my defense, I was left unsupervised by Cider Thief. Done in 30 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, really well thought out map there. There's like you can tell from just the amount of detail. There was a lot of thought put in this map. The final fight's pretty cool, but every fight is a bit too drawn out in my opinion. So not exactly my style, but it is a cool map overall. So I will see you guys on the final map of Hardfest. Goodbye.